Good. There we go. There we go. Yeah, and welcome to yeah, the martial art. Oh, it has to be in the background apparently. Well. What I'm doing this time is to explain some of the things that people not might recognize in all these things and come up with the evidence that I see in many martial arts. Um, what many people not realizing with the elements, and it is suppressed at very much. It doesn't matter where I'm going, it always suppressed it just because of one thing they don't want to listen. And that is a shame because I know a lot of things. The elements is important for some other reasons, and in Tai Chi, we can see those things happening in real life with Wei Jin and such things. What Wei Jin is doing is he doing things, and I love the way he's doing because he has taught me one of the most important things of Tai Chi that I was missing. Unfortunately, I feel left out of the system for one reason, that it doesn't feel like those I was training Tai Chi with. Um, the teacher is not a teacher. Let us just say it like it is. Because why? Why is the teacher not the teacher? Is easy. Because I was doing something and I was doing it wrong. And it was obvious for everyone that it was just to nag down on me. I literally asked him myself, what is it that I'm missing? And what did the teacher do? Nothing. Nothing at all. He betraying what he is teaching. That's not a teacher. Maybe I will see if they can find it themselves. But when the student is making a question, why can I not feel it correctly? Because I'm doing it, I'm doing it as best as I can, but where does the energy come from? And no one would answer that. They silenced it, the training. And I think I know why. Because I'm becoming too good. I'm literally too good that the teacher wants to see if I can do it myself. Okay, I can play the game and doing probably what is not instructed, but then I will doing it wrong, And autistic people do not like that at all. Underline it. They do not want me to grow anymore. And that's why I left them now. I paid them to teach me. And now they undermine everything I do. Bye. I don't play their games. I'm there to be learning, not discarded. I'm becoming more and more powerful. But what do? They want me out, just like all other people. And that is concerning. It is real. The real cause is I'm getting too close to the reality. And a big teacher who have learned it for a long time that suddenly might collapse under his own stupidity. Don't want me to grow anymore. He wanted me out. Betrayal, betrayal, and betrayal. All over again. And his students are so... They don't even know what element means. Seriously. They don't know what it means. Oh, but it's so high level. No. It's not quantum physics. It's simple. Moving your arms like water is actually a good way to deflect pushes in Tai Chi. Like literally. You can undermine a person very quickly if you do it right. And what they don't realize is that the water element is very important in everything. And here is the proof 1. When you see a great Tai Chi master, when you see someone who's great at karate and anything, what are the first thing you see? Think about it. What are the first thing you see? They're doing basically no effort. Have you ever asked yourself why that is? If you knew the element, you can read it like a book. Harry Potter. I sound like a little like Snape in that matter, but then again, when you've never been loved it, you become a little annoyed because no one cares about me. And even when I have studied for 22 years in the elements and actually know about 97% of what the element is about, I've not revealed everything, but I have revealed a lot of things in those 6 elements. Many people believe that, but we have this where we have 8 elements and that is better than the other. It's because you don't understand the coding system in itself. You're talking about 8 elements, yeah. I'm talking about it like chemistry. Like you have 6 And if you begin to understand that you also got subclasses of elements and how they can become mixed, then you're getting other things. And why number 2? Because if you really want to be good, if you want to become one of those legends in the martial art you are in, you better start on the element as soon as possible. Because the faster you know that, the easier it is to get there. And if you want to learn a lot of things, like Jesse Enkamp, for instance, I respect him a lot in that matter. He is learning very much. And basically what he do is what I want people to learn. I don't want to make something that Jesse Enkamp can get. No. I will publish every knowledge to each person that wants it. And that's a difference between any other styles. I want some that actually can teach those things. Those that Jesse Enkamp's facing. I want to make it possible for people to learn. But also have that in mind. And this is also the third one that people misunderstand. People are saying, Tai Chi is Tai Chi. But Tai Chi without the elements, and you are stuck like those I was training with. They're not moving. It's like slightly movement of 1%. I got paid to do nothing. I paid to do nothing. Get no learning in the curves. You really? It's like a language. You should turn it around. The best way of learning the element is Tai Chi. And when you have learned the elements, you can learn everything. When you understand the power of the earth, when you understand the power of water, when you understand the power of the 3 elements, if you understand the power of air, if you understand the power of fire and metal, when you begin there, that is your first step. In that matter, you are nothing more than a green belt. And I'm becoming higher than green belt now. I'm the highest teacher in the elements in itself. I can learn Ba Chi Chuan much faster than others. Why? Because of the elements. I read the elements and I just do it in one go. I am pretty sure that many people will not be able to withstand the punch from this single release, even from sitting position. It looked like no power at all until contact. It just there, power. And I'm not even good at it. I just saw it and did it. You can see the difference? I see, I do. That's why the element is also important. If you begin to unravel your karate with the element understanding, you begin to understand that no place you do in karate, you don't have to move hard, you don't have to use muscles to do katas. Let me ask you one thing. Do you sweat after doing a kata? If you sweat, you're doing it wrong. You don't use directly the muscles. You use the code of your muscles. You understand the difference? Do you know that? Do you? Because that is what I have read in people who is in the higher level than anyone else, that just playing with fifth dan like they are nothing, like they are just, hey, it's just a suggestion that you can punch me, but I'd rather not do, like thing, that level. Have you ever wondered that? That is where we see the difference. Those who are beginning to understand it, of my students. A half-year student is more capable of chi than any other student I have seen of there. Not your necessarily, but those who rejected me. I know more about it. It's always, oh, focus on yourself thing. Do everything yourself. But if you have no energy, shall I improvise my own energy? Shall I root them like earth element? What is your point here? What I'm supposed to learn from you? And when people cannot tell me that, then I really lose interest in and faith in the teacher. If you can't teach me anything, then stop pretending you are a teacher to me. It's that simple. If you're not curious of what I'm doing, that is where your betrayal is. Because many people think, oh, but you have to follow this because I do in karate this way. No, you don't understand. You are used to train. You are on a track. When you are on a track, you believe that anything else outside the track is wrong. That is not karate. It's supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be like this. But I see past that. I see past all those things, because when I see a grandmaster of 8 dan plus, I don't see those things that you do. Like, it's more like a suggestion movement. It's not like, oh, let's do the movement. No. Simplify. Everything is about simplifying. Mr. Miyagi. Think about him. Think about Mr. Miyagi. Do you think he will be like lazy on his student, annoy, get annoyed? Never. I will never be annoyed over a student, because if the person have my attention, it means respect. And when you respect your teacher, you also respect yourself. And many people are not learning those things. I might not first dan in Tai Chi, but I got the key now. I got the 3 keys to Tai Chi. You only need to learn 3 keys to understand Tai Chi. Form the technique. Nothing more. When you're doing sparring training where you have contact, you misunderstand the principle of Tai Chi. I will give credits to Wizard. I give him credit for one thing in his trainings. That Tai Chi is not always contact with the arms. We are learned to have contact with each other. Always have contact. No. If you do that in a fight, you will lose. Always contact. The first thing I learned when I come back to karate was that Tai Chi is not working like that. If you shall learn Tai Chi, you have to find the key for the movement you're doing. What is driving your movement? What is your point of in the fight? And I tell you, it's very simple. It's not like this is the truth things. Don't get me wrong, because this is just the outlayer of it. The first 4 movement in Tai Chi is defend, 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 defend. And then you're trying to lock the person with the Chi alone. That is my way of teaching. You defend, 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 defend until you take control. Maybe it's taking longer, but when you are training the mentor style that I'm doing, you will learn it much faster to defend yourself with Tai Chi. If you was here with me and we're practicing every day, 2 hours, every day, you will become so good that I will not be able to touch you. Not even once. You might even be able to deflect a staff when I throw it out. Why? Because of your center of yourself. Getting in balance with your energy, absorbing energy. You will be able to absorb more energy than you are used to. And that is what it is about. It is about absorption of energy. Tai Chi have its own way of having iron shirt. But it is water based. When you're doing a Tai Chi way, you use water. But one thing is fun about this is that you can stack it with your iron shirt technique. Meaning, if you learned iron shirt and you learning the Tai Chi armor in that matter, you will become even stronger. You can boost a whole 40% from what Shaolin monks do. Imagine how much power that is, if you understand the Qi correctly. It's an extra armor you put on yourself. You don't need to practicing hard to understand. You have to practicing it as precise as possible. It has to be sharp every time. And there's only some few ways you can learn how to do that. And that is to practicing it with a teacher who knows how the things should work. So just imagine how much more you can take if you had 40% extra absorption before the hit actually hitting you. It's like a deflection shield. And the best part is that is just from standing position. But if you also involved other techniques, then you can even get it maybe up to double. I don't know. I have not experienced teaching anyone in that matter, but I would like to see how far I can go. But I know for fact, if someone is punching, it's from Shotokan Karate, solar plexus punch with full force. I absorb that from one of those who have body mass and muscles. I'm not the muscle guy. So imagine being very small and such things, and people always say, oh, but you need more mass and you need more strength and you need to be more buffed. You don't know about my body then. It's not working like that. My grandma was working on a farm and was stronger than my dad. Her arms was not bigger than mine. Like literally. This is what you see. This is nothing compared to in muscles. So they cannot grow. My muscle can't grow. Simple as that. And that is why element is so important. Is because if you want to learn the element, you have to work with Tai Chi and Drunken Fist sometimes. You have to do that. You have to understand why does these things work. And also, if you want to learn Drunken Fist, I like to teach you about it. I know that, there is some masters out there and such things, but kata is not the same as the real deal. Yes, you can do some things, but when you're stacking the mental power to what you know of technique, you get something better than you got. See it like this. When you're coming in and teaching by a teacher, you are picking either the red or the blue pill. You cannot choose both at the same time. A teacher like me knows the red pill. Teachers like other knows the blue pill. The dark side is easier to learn, but you will never truly understand what's going on. You just seek power and more power and more power, but you have nothing. Relations will you never experience. It will be death. You will never say, oh, now I understand it, now I'm a god, kind of thing. No, 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 no. And that is also not true. First of all, you're not God. So pin yourself down. And the second is, the relation is to open your mind and open your body. And your body can do amazing things sometimes. that other people will consider unnatural. But in reality, it is logical if you understand the elements. Those who are in the high end knows how it feels like. Are you even aware of how many people in your martial art that actually have that relationship? Of all martial artists, you are 0.001% of all martial arts people, if you know those things. But if you know the elements, you can seek them directly. You don't have to go and find the right teacher anymore. No, you are the teacher. You're taking the place of the teacher of yourself. Take responsibility of your own teaching. The more you study the element, the more benefit you get to yourself. The more you purify your elements, the better your style will be. It doesn't matter what style you come with. If I can teach you how to use the element and purify your element, you will be expanding like crazy when you understand that thing. So, to give you an idea, if you are Jesse Enkamp, for instance, or anyone else, it's not like disrespect of what you have taught. It's saying, do you really want to widen your knowledge beyond what you know? Do you want to know what's behind the blockage so you can see clear instead of always seeking something that you cannot reach? You cannot really understand it, and it's like, I need a teaching style. My base fundamental structure is so efficient. But right now, I have not been able to plug it in because of one thing. I need a place. I need a place where I have the rules, where I am not the law, but the mentor of those who want to understand what's going on. No more going blind. No more walking around and believing in what you see, but actually begin to seek inwards instead of seeking outwards. You see, the trick is not when I see someone doing something great, I'm not praising the person itself. I'm praising what is going on with the energy, what's happening inside that. And when I say this is a good teacher, then you know it is a great teacher, because then the person is knowing things. But that doesn't mean the person have picked the red pill. But it's good teacher either way. And the difference is you only learning, for instance, karate and not karate. You don't understand the difference between those two. The mental of karate can be very powerful without even knowing one single kata. You don't need kata in itself. You can be devastating, but you have to be very accurate. If you're seeing Mr. Miyagi from a movie, Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi is actually not saying that the kata is the main thing. He is working it in to the boy's structure. Learning to blocking. Okay? That's the point. You can be devastating without actually having a style to work from. That is called when you're doing it by elements in itself. Reflexes where you don't know why things is working. The problem with learning with intelligence is that you will be like this when you are in a position compared to. And I'm just saying, when I was warming up, there was 2 people who were there. And the woman there was black belt. She got a little nervous to spar with me until she realized that I'm actually teaching, inspiring. I am not there to win. I'm there to be mentor, to make sure the person can follow in that matter, but also shown my defense skills at the same time. And why is defense skills so important? Is because it's difficult. I am not the teacher who say, attack is the first thing you should do. No. Do the defense. It's more difficult. Aim the challenge rating up. Make it more difficult for yourself. I set my challenge rating up by purifying my elements. But when I then shall use it, I will have full control over my body. And that means that I can make out punches that is even greater than I actually physical is possible of. Why? Because I draw the energy from elsewhere. I drawing energy from basically whatever I can get. If there's a wall, I can take energy from the wall. If there is something pushing me, I can use that to a punch and a kick. You know what I'm talking about if you are just a little more freestyling martial artist kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about, but this is even higher level because you can rearrange your energy in an instant. As soon as you get the element and feeling it accumulate, then you can catch it. Just like that. If you can feel, okay, this is a lot of energy, then you suddenly have it. But what do you want most? Do you want to stay in the wonderland, the blue pill, or do you want to change yourself from within and then without? Within, without. Yes, it's a pause in your understanding of teaching. But I will say one thing. You can boost whatever you do just by listening to one thing. What element is the pattern for you in this week? When you're feeling that you're learning most from water element, practicing water element, when you're getting more out of tree, practicing tree. Keep going and going and going until they are as much as equal as possible. When you do that, you have balanced yourself, and then you can begin to talk about yin and yang. Shaolin monk knows those things, especially in the past. I am very sure about that. But I don't know if it is actually becoming too much a merchandise than it was in the past. Not saying that it is worthless, but what have it become? I begin to question. What have Tai Chi become? The thing I want to do is to change the view of Tai Chi as it's supposed to be. But I have found out, learn the element, you learn Tai Chi. Because the element is Tai Chi. And when you begin to understand that the up-down shall feel like either water or the earth, then you begin to realize something very important. That Tai Chi is not as you thought it were. Force can be different. Something is not the same way. Metal is there. But like I say, I'm tired of being neglected like this. I am willing, especially if you're from Denmark, you can keep around. And then I show you the thing. There's just one rule. Video. Make it. Make it great. Make it structural. So people can actually watch it and then have a clear message. Because when you begin to structure yourself, you begin to cover yourself, your inner self. Your heart is covered by a roof. When you begin to realize that all your energy is coming from that part, is your heart. Ninjutsu, or ninja master, what Jesse Encamp was training with, actually nailed it. What I've been saying for so long. From your heart, your chi shall be short movement, not long, short, efficient, precise. And it's different from many other things. Don't be like going into destruction of those things. It's not about hitting, it's about defending. And also Jesse Encamp in with the person who was teaching about knife defense is doing a very good job. It's basically what I would have done if I had a school. But basically the same thing. I want to know if things works correctly, and I will. It's like reprogramming, not by structure, but by what is it? What are we doing exactly? And improve Tai Chi. But I can also see that I might be becoming something else entirely. A new style is evolving. But not in the understanding of Tai Chi, of course. It will have the understanding from Tai Chi. but also from going for. It's like a style that is not having a limitations in itself, but the limitation is to make sure it's safe. And that is the most important, is to take control. People are saying, yeah, then if a step up thingy coming and such things, but the most important you shall do is learning how to block correctly, not being overwhelmed. If you are overwhelmed, then you're coming with fear in that matter. But that is not the part of it. The first thing that is very important is that you don't have fear. But if that is inflicted in you, then you will be useless against the knife. If you have the fear of the knife in itself, then you're not clear in your mind. You're not ready. I will not face my students before I know they know enough to at least get another upper hand. If I'm not the teacher for that, I will expect that. Because I don't care if I'm not the one who's teaching. I just organize it. I'm the organizer of the teaching. So I make sure that you get the knowledge you need, instead of going into a blind martial art that have proven in one time, long time ago, and have forgotten how to do the things correctly, where people are more like trial and error things out, where I say, how do you win against this every time, at least 20 times out of. And that sounds hard, yeah, but that is how it is. If you shall be in a ring with a person with marking things with red paint from knife and such things, if you loses one time in 19 matches, then you're not ready. Then you cannot calm your master. You shall be able to deflect things. It sounds like harder, and it is harder because you have to be good. And the only way to do it is to learn how to do it, how to succeed, until you cannot be surprised anymore. When that happens, then you can always be surprised. But let me say it like this. Out of 19 times, you should not be surprised 20 times. 21 is okay. That's a margin I can go with. That when you know that you can defend yourself. Then you have it the first then self-defense. Second then is that is a child play. Whee! There's a person coming in. Boop. All those things that you are taught in Aikido and such things shall work at that state, at that level. So if you are second dan, it shall just work. I don't care what you come from. You shall not be surprised by the attacker. You shall be able to do what you're doing in Aikido. The most simple technique you should be able to use in a knife fight, in in a matter of speech and in practical. So don't fall down just because. Be ready. But also the thing about this Asian awareness arts is to connect everything. Like I say, there's not many red pill teachers out there. As far as I know, I'm the only one. I'm beginning to see that some people are beginning to understand things, but it's not like it's like saying, okay, wizard, you know the things, but it's like seeing an orange belt trying to teach like he's a brown belt. It's like you need to have more process. You need to feel what it means when you're talking elements. When I say you got it, you got it. And not before. And that is to all people in your martial art. If I cannot feel it, you're not having it. You shall know what's happening. It's not about, but I can beat you. No. It's about, do you have the energy or do you not? There is no try. Do or do not. There is no try. So focus on what you actually is doing to your style. What are you actually teaching? Question yourself. Let down your burden. Free yourself. Let down your burden. Jet Li, Twin Warrior, is the one who got me onto what Tai Chi is about. The elements is there. The power and the force is there. You will be shocked how fast I am underwater with my arms. And how easy I can go past it. Not just because I'm smaller in size and such things. No. It's how I work with the water. Not being part of the power punch in itself and trying to push the water away. No, I let the water guide my way around. I'm feeling it, and then I feel the circulation around me, and then there's like a gateway through. You're just passing the water like it's not there. And seriously, I can punch this fast in water. That fast I can do in water. I can punch hard enough. So the thing is saying a noise with the speed, the metal, like there is no resistance. If I punch in stomach, you'll feel it like the water is not absorbing anything. It will go right past through. It will hit you. Normally, when you hit something, from good old day when I did karate, it was like there was a layer of water when you punched, so it was not as accurate. But no more. And that is because I understood water. When you understand water, you can bend it. you can use it to your own advantage. When you understand the three elements, you understand the principle. Hello. So what it is about is we need to reconnect to our energies from our past. We have to understand that everything we're actually doing in the movement is in the present moment. It's not like up here in those levels when we're talking elements. It is actually what our body is doing. When we're doing movement in body in karate and taekwondo and such things, it's not about how you doing it. It become very stiff mostly. Um, and it's sad to see so many come up to a brown belt or something like that, and they are just stiff in their muscles. It's just like, yeah, you might better than me in punching and such things, but in case there's something fast coming at you, like someone is driving something very fast, fast enough so the person cannot stop, will you actually be able to move? At least have a better chance to not be hit directly? That's one of the things that I sometimes think. It's just like, yeah, you know Tai Chi, but what are you doing with it? Like, you have the force and such things, but I can control it somehow. Like one of the people, and that is where they get stuck, is they are focused so much in what they know that they forget the most natural thing. Breathe in, breathe out. And if he is stuck here, guess what? I only have to do this. Look what happened. If I lock this structure here, look what happened. Here, arm. Now I lock it. You see? Now see, if I'm not locking it. Arm go down, yes, but the body is not following. If you are stuck here and you're not doing breathing, you're not feeling the breathing of your movement, you are locked in a position, and a karate brown belt will be enough to get you out of control like this. That is where the error is. We have to consider what we're doing with our body. Every section of your body have its own element. When your arms are down to the hip here, when it's all under here, it's water. When you come up here, it's more like tree. You don't pull you up here like water. Water you can flip here, flip from your body. But when you're coming up here, it's a whole other story. It's a whole other energy you're using in Tai Chi. When you're using this, if you're doing it right, you have momentum. And the last bit from here and up is breathing. Okay, from solar plexus and up to here is breathing. This way, you get the power from the breathing in itself. So when you're using white crane, you're using expansion to maximize your force and energy. Like this. It's not about how strong I am. It's about how I use the energy that I have available. The breathing is making air, and air makes fire burn faster. Therefore, okay, it's about not locking yourself to a certain thought. When you're doing Tai Chi and you're just doing no power, there's no power in that. Like I say, form forms your technique, but it's not increasing your defense. But the thing is, here, small movement with the element here, that is where it gets. Because if I going in with force here and trying, I'm stuck. Like literally, I can't get out. But when I going in and bending, then I can get out. It seems like trick because, but your part you can just flip your hand, yeah, and then it will glide. Yeah, but it's not that. This one is from Shaolin. Shaolin position here, white crane. Like the hand is not there. That is where you begin to understand the difference between Tai Chi and the element that built Tai Chi. That is this blocks on the wall of the knowledge of Tai Chi. Every single element have its purpose in Tai Chi. When you are stuck in this movement here, you cannot do anything. But when I dropping here, it doesn't feel for me, even that I'm trying to hold it here. It doesn't feel like I'm gliding over it. It feels like I'm going past it, like hand not exist anymore. And where does all that energy come from? Because of one thing. I change structure of the person. This is metal. Metal becomes soft here. See the circle here, here. This circle is very important. Without this, it will be stuck. I cannot move. Like literally, I can't get past it because the structure of the chi is too strong. But the water bending here, bending down, like you have a whip, single whip there from, but a fan, you know, Chinese fan. Here, here bending, bending, bending. This movement here shall go all up to the shoulder. When you have that in that position, then you can do it. You cannot do it before. You have to be in the now and then present and being like the water. Water bend metal. And therefore, you win over metal. So when you're fighting a person who has metal, don't fight it directly, because here, if I coming in and trying to take a box out from this position, you will not do anything. But when you're going in and doing this and bending, something's happening. Even with little energy, I can bend much. And that is because of one thing, the flip movement. Flip movement. And combining can turn and then you having a position where you can begin to do all these fun things that Aikido is also known for. But in Tai Chi, you are more direct. Um, Good Aikido do the same thing. Bad Aikido do different. The red and the blue pill. What have you picked? Do you pick the blue pill, or are you more like the red pill? Peace, 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 peace instead. The softness, stiff or softness. That is the difference. Softness is important. All there is to it is softness in those matter. To start with, like I said before, water, tree, air, fire, metal, and then you circle around it until you understand them. Then earth coming in. And earth is those that is actually most needed in Tai Chi. Learn the first 5 elements. It sounds like it takes a long time, but it's only long time if you're not practicing them. If you begin to practicing water, flow, be in water, get inspired by water, make the movement from water position, tone out, softness, follow the waves. You don't control the water before you can bend it. The air bender, the water bender from Ang, the airbender, is actually not entirely incorrect, the cartoon version. It is about moving like water. And you see how much it looked like Tai Chi. If it is beautiful Tai Chi, it looked like that. But there's strength in it also. Why? Because I use all the other elements as well. But I don't need them. Because every time I purify an element, the stronger they are combined. It's like saying, I know I have a weakness in metal, so I'm training the metal. It's like saying, the house needs more metal, so we build more metal into it. It is too dry, the building, so we're building some things to make it more moist, so it's not becoming a desert to be in. We are making the process from step to step until we get all the structure correct. And if you are combining it correctly, it can last for 4,000 years, your building. That is how it shall feel when you're using the element. Already by now, I can tell, normally I only have warm hands. If you could see the heat, you will see that my hands is radiating a lot of heat. If we had that thermal camera, you will be able to see it, that they are glowing. And why is that? Because when you're using your element correctly, your blood and your body is flowing even better. Your performance will be increasing as well. It is about your health as well. It's a healing process that also Hui is talking about. One of the best Shaolin monk in that matter, who have the mental state. He understands the principle of how it is, and it also one of my biggest inspirations. But like I said before, where I am living, they not acknowledge anything I do. They don't even want to look at it. It's like, yuck. Oh, elements. Oh, high planet. Wee, wee, wee. It's because you don't want to. There's a difference between knowing and don't want to. It's not the same thing. I am always curious when people are saying, "Hey, I know these things." Oh, that's that's interesting. How does this work? Then I study people closely, what they're doing, and then I figured out what is the next step in their process. What is the next step in my process? What more? Like I'm organizing the energy. What's going on? How can I do the person better in the when I have learned the structure, base structure? How can I teach it on to other people? It's natural for me. Other people is doing it because of ego. I don't. I see, and I just change it. That is the difference between wanting to be a teacher and being a teacher. I'm not doing it for my own ego. I'm doing it because I really, really like to learn more. I want to test myself. Am I really that good as I believe I am? Or am I not? And the only way of testing that is to get those people who are in the fifth dan area, or someone like Jesse Ancamp that has probably more martial arts in that matter, and actually see if I can better him in, let's say, 2-3 weeks. But it will be 2 hours every day. So, but it's not hard training. Believe me, I don't believe in hard training in itself. Hard training is then you're doing something wrong in your movement. Of course, if you want to harden your body, then it's a whole other story. That's something else. It matters. What are you pointing your eyes on? What are you wanting to learn? But I say, learn the element first. Get the red pill also. You need blue and red pill. You cannot just pick the one or the other. And that is what people do. Some becoming like disciple of the god of self. And other people are so focused on center line. There's nothing else than the center. Too wide, too closed. Between, you become much more. You're not only mind, you're not only body. You are somewhere between. You have to use your mind like it was a sword. Your sword in karate start in the mind. The time you become dangerous, your mind is connected to your body before you're even doing anything. And I can enhance that. I can sharpen it even better than you could ever understand. But you can only feel it when you are there, because it's so hidden. It's not a religion. It's not a spirituality in itself, but it is something that can change the way you see things, and actually being able to say proof, proof that it is working, but you cannot feel it before you feel it. You have to feel it the way it is supposed when I'm training it. You have to feel it before you're actually knowing what is it about. Karate is not just movement. It's about how you move. Like I say, if a person is asking, uh, you have the sub element. What happens if you mix three? If you mix three elements, you get a new style. If you mix four, it's a new style as well. If you mix five, it's also a new style. If you mix six, it's a new style. It means if you are doing metal and fire element, you're doing probably karate, the hard version. But if you're doing water, tree, and fire, then it is the higher level of karate you're doing. Taekwondo, adding to that three elements, air element to the list. They're using four elements in their style. Therefore, they have in average more element than all karate people. But when I see the OL, it's not like I'm impressed with Taekwondo sometimes. It's just like, what are you two doing? I could win by not using my legs at all. And just score points by going in to pay, pay, pay. I don't need to do much more. Pay, pay. Because it's a, I don't know what you call it. It's not Chaki, but kinda. Uh, uh, Yeah, you better be faster than that. I have seen in the old days a person who could hit three targets at the same time in one go, one spin around. And breaking three planks or something like that from Taekwondo in that matter. All around. So when they are doing these, where the legs just going up, huh, huh, then I'm not impressed. It's just like, or maybe I just need to do this, bam, nothing big. I can literally use Tai Chi. I can just boot, smash, then you're down. You're out of field now. Hi. Oh, but then I come. Duck. Duck, duck. Release. Yeah. I don't give him that much credit. It's looked like some white belt that just got some teaching and then trying his best to get high up. Those who are making a real dojo jacket, right? I respect them. at least they're doing it correct. Then I don't care if it is a yellow belt. If he can kick them out, just give me a yellow belt and I will show you that it's basically going to be first place in OL if they doing the same kick over and over again. If all do the same kick, you will win with yellow belt. Just have me as a sparring teacher, then you can win easily. Because I don't have respect for those things when it's too obvious that is there's no they're not blocking or anything, it's just who's kick first. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. But I also begin to realize many things. And that is also where I begin to have this question, what am I actually going to make? Because there's a lot of things that I actually like. It's like I want to do a new style. Tai Chi based it, new style. But with all elements implanted in it. It's definitely going to have some Drunken Fist in it. And Tai Chi. And some Kung Fu. But it's going to make much more difference. We need to understand why we are doing things. And not letting us getting blind like those guys. Sometimes I'm just like, there's no hope in them anymore. It's just, what's going on? Wicked Jin came and he was practicing, and I'm the only one that holding it alive. What are they doing? But you outshine the teacher. I don't care about that. If he sucks at that, he's not the main teacher then anymore. Then you suck. You don't do what Wicked Jin is teaching. You're not teaching it on. It's just like a hype and then bam. They got nowhere after Wicked Jin training. I'm the only one who understood the training he's doing and why he's doing it. I'm literally the only one there who actually teaching my students the way Wicked Jin did it. Just to note it. But I'm also getting more weak in my joints now. And I'm going to lose my ability to teach. It's going to be the end of my teaching. My joint is not what they used to be. It is on decline. I'm becoming more handicapped than I have been ever. I'm unloved, and no one fucking cares. You don't care about Tai Chi as much as I do. You don't even care that it is falling apart. Like you never cared at all. My cat, knowing that I'm sad, she's the one who actually understands me. If a woman loved me so much as she do, then I will definitely be happy. But I can't. I'm getting weaker. I'm losing my abilities. And you don't care that all my teaching is going to waste because you're too high on horse to climb down to my level and actually experience it for yourself. You can become so much greater than I ever been because I can teach you faster than anyone else can do. I can go into the martial art of your core. Just don't do one thing. Never give up on it. Learn the element. Understand them real. There's only one way to do it. And that is doing it right. With 99% accuracy. I tell you when you're there. And keep it there. It is real. I cannot do Kung Fu as I used to. I'm beginning to decline in my joints. I've learned all this for nothing, I feel. Because every person resists me. Every person I know betrayed me. There's nothing I can do about it. It's not a depression anymore. It's like it's not even there anymore. No happiness, no depression, just a void. Like I'm not even sad, just disappointed. I'm disappointed of people who fight me all this time. My brother and dad had more respect, hundreds, thousand times more respect than I ever got. The only one who respect me is my family. You don't want to learn? Future is hard. How can I believe? People see me happy every time, but I can't pretend anymore. I can't. And I'm stopping this recording. I'll try so much as possible to keep showing, teaching. There's a reason why I'm not training so much anymore on video cam, because my joints need rest much more than it have been doing before. Before I could make a recording every day basically, if I wanted to. But now I can't. I don't have the energy, I don't have the structure in my bones. It's getting worse. To Wikigen training I only was able to come 2 times. Not because I didn't want to, but because my joint. Too much. Too much pressure. But I learned the basic key. I know them. Just up to the rest of the world to acknowledge me. And if not, then it's all wasted. All my time is wasted on nothing. And you did it. You are the one to blame if you're not listening anymore.